Dr. Adriana van Rensburg. I'm a musician, composer, teacher, and author. In the compositional process, we tend to think in terms of exploration and then creation and performance. At the explorer level, we have to give a lot of opportunity for kids to start using the building blocks of music, to start using notes and to hear the sounds, to discuss the sounds before we can actually use them and start composing or creating something. There are many explorative techniques one could use. And the easiest and most accessible way would be with body percussion, clapping activities, foot stomping, knee slapping. And in this way, we start internalizing rhythms, sounds, different sounds, beat, tempo. Body percussion is a technique in which we can make music and use our body as an instrument. The beauty of it is we can create different timbre, and this is exploring tone colors that we can use different tapping, slapping, finger snapping patterns. It's an easy device for kids because they can start using the bigger muscles, foot stomping, knee slapping, listen to the sound of clapping, two-finger clapping, softer tones. It just opens up the door for a number of musical elements that you want to alert them to. It helps internalizing because it is so readily accessible. Because you can actually do it, you can hear a beat, you can respond to music immediately by joining in, also making music. You're not a passive listener to the music. You hear the beat, you respond to the beat by also echoing the beat. It could be as simple as that, just finding the steady beat. Reading music on a 5-line staff with A, B, C, D, E, F, G is complex. Even for advanced musicians, it's a complex skill. But we need to start getting a foot in the door with how does a score work or a notation work? And of course, it is just it's a system of symbols that we reproduce in sound. With the graphic score, of course, there are not a standard notation. So this is self-generated. It is the most logical process is to connect a symbol to either a movement or to the part of the body that did that, or to the particular sound that was created. So for example, when we had the foot stomps, the kids came up with, well, let's draw a foot. And it just ended up in this little L-shaped symbol. And when we had the hands, it was the X. And we had the finger snaps, and then they wanted a little popping like a little star because it felt like a clicking sound. And so they connected and they generated these symbols. And that's an important step because if it's self-generated, it means there's already a connection that was made. They already connected a sound or a movement to a particular symbol. It's not disjunct from something they've already experienced. And so by the time you get to the graphic score, they've already clapped, they've heard the timbre, they felt the movement, and moving on to that next set of symbolization is a logical next step. With the score and the body percussion, it's very important to match up these steps logically. So first we got to practice it with our body in simple motions. Then we generated symbols that we understand. And the last layer is to add the instruments. We assembled a rhythm composition. We started practicing it on the xylophones. This is how composition is built, that you have a rhythm, which gives you a meter or a beat. You have particular rhythm patterns. You then translate it into a melodic line, which we chose 2 pitches, a C and a G, which gives you a tonic-dominant relationship, which is an easy fit to making that into harmonies, which would be another layer to add later. to listen to a composition is an extremely important part of the creative process, because it's at that point where we start making decisions about the success of the activity as to exactly what it sounds like, because music is it's a temporal art form. It's sound that happens in time and in space. We have to hear it to make decisions on various features of the music. The learning process is definitely influenced to a great extent by the social aspect, by making music with others, by doing things in ensemble with others. And it's not only the social participation or interaction, it's that important emotional aspect of feeling part of a group, feeling I belong, I can do this, I'm part of this thing, I'm helping making something here. And I think that gives kids a sense of satisfaction as well, and a sense of accomplishment that they helped create a piece of music or an artistic product.